you got through that. Blimey. Good. That was a new piece of cuttlefish yesterday, and now it's skin. Sophie. Oh, bird. You gotta eat cuttlefish all the time. They're friendly. Oh, bird. I'm gonna put my head there. There's a gigantic pile of magpie poo there. Yeah, so now you see the problem. Get some magpie though. Afternoon, evening. It's us. What do you think? Now I think you've been fighting with wood pigeons today, haven't you? Lie to me. You've been fighting with wood pigeons. Well, wood pigeons have been fighting with you because there's a wood pigeon feather in here. There's a great big wood pigeon feather off of a great big wood pigeon. Look. This isn't a magpie feather. This isn't a magpie feather at all. This is wood pigeon. This is a wood pigeon feather. Have you been fighting with wood pigeons? I hope you haven't. Yay, there you go. I don't think she's been fighting because the feather's not torn out at all, but they're still, just like, nah, don't do that. Bird. You've got cuttlefish all up your beak now as well. Ah, there you go, look. No. Bit more. Bit more on the underbite. There we go. Overbite. Sophie. So I'm sorry we're at a weird time today, gang. I have to take my car to the garage. So what do you think? We're the wrong way around again. Notifications at work. Notifications work. Wicked. Yep. Who'd thought a completely different service? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, a lot of people that way from me find it's quite a good thing, yeah. So yeah, the upside is my car is considered legally roadworthy for another year. Yeah, that way. Here in the UK, we have to have a roadworthiness test every year to keep your car legal. It's called the MOT. I don't know what MOT stands for, but it's a ahoy hoy. It's a thing all UK car owners have to go through every year, where a mechanic checks the brakes still work, check the steering is safe, check the suspension still works, checks the emissions, all the headlights work, that kind of thing. And yeah, you have to take it to a certified garage. Ministry of Transport, thank you. MOT, yeah, Ministry of Transport is staring me in the face. Honks the horn. It doesn't help that the horn on the Smart is it's a beep beep. It's a perky beep. It's not like a get out of the way beep. It's a boot, hiya, sort of beep. And yeah, so you have to have a Prius. Oh yeah, a friend of mine has a Prius, and yeah, that has the similar sort of beep beep, meet meet sort of thing. Whereas what you want is like a yeah, you want a very gentle. Could I sneak in there? Would it be okay if I just sort of tuck myself in that corner? Just pick it up. Hey! It's the only car in the world made out of Tupperware, so, you know. Only car that's dishwasher safe. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. There is a there's a kit, because Mercedes make the Smart. You can take the hoot hoot horn off the Smart and put on what do they call it? A country horn. Because like quite a lot of cars here in the UK have two horns. They have a town horn and a country horn. They have a town horn that's just boop boop coming through, and have a honk horn, which is like, excuse me, that deer needs to get out of the way, sort of horn. And there is a kit. There's like a special bracket you can buy to fit like a Mercedes country horn to your Smart. It's the same button, but if you hold it down in the UK, it goes behind. And yeah, there is a don't you go silly. Beep beep. Ah yeah. It's not a very it doesn't have much in the way of gravitas. The horn on the Smart, it doesn't really have a huge amount of. But then people sort of like turn around to see where the noise is coming from and see a small blue plastic car with a tiny little hobbit in it going sort of things. Doesn't exactly help the hey, wing chums. Ace, I love it when they come back. I love it when they go, hey, no, this place is cool. This is a cool location. We can come here, and the person that's running this is friend. What bird? Bird what sees? What? Okay. So it's been quite a nice sunny day today, but now it's gone crap. Now it's gone sort of like really grey. Corbridge, welcome. Yay. It's gone grey and sort of really this afternoon. What do we think, bird? What has? We've got a selection of shapes. If you change camera so we can see the shapes better, hang on. See if we can get some shape cam. That was a huge, thick bit of cuttlefish this time yesterday. 24 hours ago, that I had to push into that gap with all of my strength. And now it just comes out really easily. Weird raggedy sparrow. Okay. There's quite a lot of poo around here, bird. Can we go back to crouch cam? Because if we stay here, it's a matter of seconds before I put my hand in something gross. Come on, let's go back to crouch cam. See what you think. Crouch cam is cool. Crouch cam is a chill honk. That one, that one, that one. I get so used to just being able to double tap the screen. Okay. And we're off again. See the small pond. Yeah, we can go to Pebble Pond, as I've been instructed to call it, as I am obliged to call it, Pebble Pond. There was a discussion about the naming. How's Finch? There was a discussion about the naming convention for which uninstalled itself and deleted my saved password. That's why I use a password manager. I have all of my big passwords like this. I don't know. They're not human memorable passwords. Like my Twitch password is like this 30 character gibberishy thing because I just randomly generate it. The password manager randomly generates it, changes it to that, logs you out, logs you back in with that new password, and you never know what your password is. It's very handy, and you don't have to remember any of them. Well, the only password you need to remember is the password for the password manager. If you forget that, then you're boned. But if you forget that, your life is over. But yeah, it means all of your passwords can be like, I think my minimum password is like 24 characters or something like that, and it's just absolute gibberish. It's just a string of random digits. It's like someone smashed your face into the screen, into the keyboard, just like twice, very accurately. Wrote all mine down in a notebook. Don't do that. Don't even joke about doing that, because people will think you're serious. That's how the robots made password. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of people just going, oh no, again, smash, 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 smash. That's exactly how scientifically accurate. That's how robots generate these passwords. What are you doing, bird? Oh, yeah, I could feel that one coming. The tail is looking very impressive, actually. Yeah, she has finished the tail, and I think she is finally happy with it. Let's see. Yeah, that's your leg. Stop chewing your leg. That feather that we didn't think would come to anything is actually not doing too badly. I drank coffee, now I'm in a vibraty, anxious cool. Yeah, I can sort of relate to that. I had a little bit too much sugar yesterday, and I got a little bit like that. A little bit like, I could do anything. Sort of thing. Yeah, it's doing okay. See if I can get her to. It's this one here. Bird, you're going to stand still so we can evaluate your butt. That sounded less gross in my head. Yeah, it's there. You can just see it on the side. And yeah, it is a strange feather. I wasn't expecting it, but it seems to be doing okay. It's not causing any problems. Right, come on, let's have another one of these. Change cameras. It's there. You can just sort of see it poking out from the side. Yeah, I mean, I haven't drunk coffee in years, but the thing that makes me, gives me that sort of like anxious energy thing is decongestants. Mostly pseudoephedrine, but I found that there are other decongestants that you go like, whoa, I can breathe, but also, damn, am I trembly? Am I filled with sort of like a weird, unfocused, nervous energy? Cough syrup, yeah, a lot of cough syrup has alcohol in it, yeah. Get your purple on. Yeah, I know, I was hoping I could play it off, but I did just get a mouthful of feathers. Yeah, I did just get a mouthful of tail feathers. Yeah. I was hoping I could style it out. Nobody noticed, but yeah, I did. Yeah, like, you are going to crash later, but it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. Just make sure you're near something soft. You've got to be careful with cough syrup, because some cough syrup's got codeine in it as well. Because codeine's an antitussive. It stops you coughing. It's really, really good at it. We also splendid. Yeah, you got to be careful with codeine. Speaking as someone who had a problem with codeine years ago, you got to be careful with codeine. It's a really good painkiller. It stops your coughing, brilliant. But it's a little bit moreish. And when you come off, when it wears out, the perfect cure for the come downs is a little bit more codeine. Before you know it, it's not so good. It's not so good. Yeah, pseudoephedrine does it to me every time. I mean, I don't take a lot of it, but yeah, it gives me that weird sort of like, it gives me what I imagine a very mild case of like ADHD or something like that is, because it makes me sort of like, it gives me a ton of like really, really nervous energy, like really like, whoa, I could do loads of things, but I can't concentrate on anything for longer than like a minute or two. I get like really, yeah, definitely see a problem. Someone could have a problem with this. I did have a problem with this, and it's, yeah, it's a wonderful painkiller, but yeah, very talkative, very like, ooh, energy sort of thing. Yeah, and just, yeah, it makes me sort of like big rush of creative feelings and like loads and loads of things swishing around in my brain, but no focus to be able to put any of them down. And I'm not even get started on anything. Like I can't play video games while I'm on it, because like I get bored during the loading screen. You know what I mean? I get like, this is boring, this is crap. Like, yeah. You can get it in the UK. You can't buy masses of it. You can buy it over the counter, but you have to know to ask for it. Because if you just ask for decongestant, they'll give you phenylephrine. And phenylephrine doesn't work as a decongestant. It's rubbish. It is the NutraSweet of decongestants. It doesn't do anything. And, oh yeah, some of the muscle relaxants. Yeah, I remember getting prescribed a muscle relaxant that was tremendous. Like really, it like sorted out my like stiff neck headaches. I was sleeping like I was getting like 9 hours sleep a day, but after 3 days, I didn't really know my own name particularly. It was just like I became like an NPC, you know. Just it was just one of those sort of like, hey buddy, how you doing? Good. Advanced relaxed. Yeah, that's a bonus amount. Yep. Yeah, like you're interacting with an NPC that hasn't quite been programmed right, like a really early Bethesda NPC or something. Just like, fine. Yes. That's what just say no. But yeah, here in the UK, you have to sort of like deliberately, like that NPC, yeah. You have to ask for pseudoephedrine, otherwise they'll give you phenylephrine. And like, it's normal in a pharmacy. Like I have it. I'll go. Can I have some Sudafed, please? And you see them reaching for it. You go, oh no, the phenylephrine doesn't work on me. And they're like, oh, okay, fair enough. But at the same time, they're looking at your face like, if this dude comes by tomorrow asking for more Sudafed, I ain't giving him any more Sudafed. You know, that sort of look on the face. I think if it's the sort of thing that if you ordered too much of it, your pharmacist would be like, nah, I'm not selling you any more Sudafed, mate. You may have problems with it, you know. And then you took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, I used to be an adventurer. The weird thing is with the arrow to the knee thing is I have never actually seen that in real life because I don't play Skyrim particularly. I didn't really get on with Skyrim, but I've seen the memes so many times. You know, good afternoon, good evening, because it is 5 to 5 here in the UK. Oh yeah, Valerian made me a bit. Yeah, the female brought some Valerian tea bags a little while ago. I could taste colours. It didn't make me like that. It made me sort of like, Valerian made me feel like an inflatable beach toy that someone had let like a third of the air out of. Just a bit. Yeah, blur. It was the nettle tea she tricked me into drinking. Well, tricked me into drinking. Had me drink. That was the real. You get these tiny little leaves from the ash tree over there. Yeah, be anxious if you're unconscious. Scientifically accurate. I mean, it's true. It's true. If you're unconscious, you're not going to be anxious. But yeah, it's one of those like it's a seed pod. It's like one of those like fluttery down off the tree seed pods you get. But okay, you hold it. So I was holding it, and then I put it safe, and you dug it out for some reason. Oh, okay, now I'm dropping it. Grab it again. Okay, that's it. Yeah, but the problem is with the unintended side effects of a lot of these things, is they're not really. I don't know. They're sort of like. I imagine that if you take recreational drugs, you are making a choice to feel that way. You know what I mean? You're making a choice to, experience what you know that drug is going to do. But when your girlfriend just hands you a mug of nettle tea and you get all weird and wibbly after drinking like half of it. Yeah, need non-drowsy, yeah. It was a hell of a time finding a oh boy, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I can dig that. Just like squish everything down and make you not feel like you. Yeah, I can dig it. We had a hell of a time finding antihistamines for us both, because only in like the last 3 or 4 years I've developed like hay fever symptoms. But my hay fever is tree pollen, but the female's is grass pollen. So I get the hay fever quite early on in the spring, and she gets it in the middle of summer. And you keep dropping it because it's tiny. Okay. So I have one antihistamine, and the female has another entirely different one, and mine doesn't work on hers, and hers doesn't work on mine. So we have like Bowdy's antihistamines, the female's antihistamines. I know, it's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, there's a seed at the bottom of it that she wants. Yeah, little zoo, little. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did see the on Trucker Dylan. I've been waiting for the person that gifted me the sub to say thank you, but the person's never online. The person who was kind enough to give me the sub is, when I go out and start typing their name, it doesn't autocomplete, so they're not online at the same time I am. Sophie's name crops up on quite a lot of channels, because her Twitter account is the only one that's aware of like my PayPal details and Leaf is over. There we go. And that kind of thing. So whenever I sub to channels and things like that, oh, that was a big one. So if I want to like sub to channels or give bits to anybody and that kind of thing, I have to do it from Sophie's account rather than my personal account. So yeah, so she crops up quite often in things. What do you think, bird? Yeah. Yeah, as someone who has been up since like 4:10 this morning, I'm starting to slow now, you know what I mean? I'm starting to like a bit. I feel like I've been awake for 13 hours or whatever it is. Yeah. I know, yeah, my brain just clicked on. I got out to use the bathroom, went back to bed, and normally I can do that without sort of waking myself up, if you know what I mean. I can do it without sort of like losing the sleep vibe. But my brain just went, morning, how you doing? Let's think about all the things you have to do today. And also, while we're here, we haven't done this for a while. Let's have a little go through the shame reel. You remember the shame reel? Let's go through the shame reel. It was one of those mornings. I was just lying in bed just going, oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to let me go to sleep, are you, brain? So, yeah. So after like 25 minutes of lying in bed waiting to fall back asleep again, I just got up. I caught up on my podcasts, so that was okay. But yeah, the shame highlights reel is very distracting. Ooh, ooh. Oh, of course we can't zoom because it's Twitch. That's Hot Tub. It's the boy himself. I'm currently listening to. Yesterday I spent a very enjoyable 45 minutes listening to Philip Glass very loudly, and it was lovely. It was I'm a big Philip Glass guy. Like, it just really threatening loud music. There we go. How'd you keep the water in the hot tub in the pebble pond? Every 7 days or so, every weekend, I pump it out, hose it down, and refill it. Like the two big ponds, big pond and little pond, both have built-in filtration. They have, UV infiltration and all of that. But that one, because it's so small, I've just got like a little motorized pump that I just push in, jiggle it up so all the sediment is suspended in the water, suck up all the water and refill it. It's only a small major pain. But yeah, so I had Kowanasgatsi very loud yesterday, with the subwoofer on and everything, and very agreeable. Wendy might not have felt that way because I did have it on quite loudly, but Sophie's fine with the pump actually. It goes onto my drill, so it doesn't really make a huge amount of noise. It's just, isn't it? You're quite chill with it actually. The only garden thing she's really not chill with is the chainsaw, and that's fair. I think, I think that's reasonable. She's okay with the lawnmower. She's fine with the pump, that kind of thing. The only thing that she doesn't have much in the way of chill for is the chainsaw. Yeah, I don't have a lot of chill with the chainsaw. I'm still in that. I'm still in that sort of. I've gone through owning a chainsaw is cool. You know what I mean? There's a point in chainsaw ownership where you stop going, this is really convenient, this is saving me a ton of work, I can get a load of stuff done in a single sitting. You go through that sort of phase of chainsaw ownership and you fall into the, if I slip even once, I could kill myself with this. This is one of the only things I own that I could legitimately kill myself with. You know what I mean? Just like, I could really mess myself up with this. Do you know how much damage this chainsaw would suffer if you just put it straight through your leg? None at all. It's one of those, yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have this, but I'm glad I have this. Yeah, that's pretty, yeah, that's... What's that? It's pigeons. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, the chainsaw's got a really good clutch on it, so if you let go of any part of it, it stops pretty much immediately. But the detail is in the pretty much part of immediately. It's one of those. You can play music on a saw. A friend of mine has a musical saw. Yeah. And I put the handle like between your thighs, bend it, and you can play it with a like a violin bow. It's surprisingly sweet actually. It's a surprisingly sweet tone. I was unprepared for how musical it actually is. It's got like a sort of like it's got sort of like a halfway house between like a violin and a theremin sort of sound, because it's a drawn bow. And yeah, it's surprisingly musical. I mean, Rodri has an amazing musical ear. He's remarkably musical, but still, it's just, yeah, it's like, I was not expecting a saw to sound like that. Some things do fall into the I'm not sure I should have this thing category. I know what you mean. I get a bit like that when I buy something really nice. I get like a weird sort of like self-doubty sort of like, is this really Bowdy sort of thing? Like, I had that years ago. I saved up tons of money and I bought a Leica. I bought a Leica camera, and it's an amazing camera. It's a beautiful thing. I use it so infrequently now, it breaks my heart. But you just like wander around. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming. I remember wandering around a music festival with the Leica in my hand, and people were stopping and asking me, just like, "Yo, what's the Leica life like?" It's like, it's really nice. It's really nice. This is the most expensive thing I own, sort of thing. You know, it's one of those. What do you think, bird? Should we find you some supper? Yeah, see, I don't really get that too much with phones. Because... Yeah, I'm not a real adult. Yeah, definitely. That sort of imposter syndrome when it comes to just being a grown-up. Yeah, I don't really get that with phones so much because I look at phones as a necessary thing. You know what I mean? So like every couple of years I just buy myself a new one, and my mum gets my one, and everyone's a winner, sort of thing. Yeah. It's like what I perceive as like real luxury things. Like, I got it terrible when I bought an Apple Watch, because I had that, and it's like, I do not need this thing. This is, I mean, when this thing dies, I'm not buying another one. Yeah, this thing is irreplaceable. That is, yeah. I won't buy another Apple Watch when the battery on this one stops having a charge, or I smash it on something, which is nearly a daily occurrence. Because the amount of money these things cost, you could buy a watch. You could buy a real watch for the amount of money that these things cost. And that watch, if you take care of it, will last you the rest of your life. You know, if you buy like, if you buy an Apple Watch, they're like 300-400 quid. You're in the realms of like actual nice watches now. And just, you know, don't save the money from buying like one or two of these. Buy yourself a second-hand Rolex or something. Just, yeah, it's convenient, but it's not anymore. It's not convenient enough to make me want to buy another one. Yeah, I have to sort my mum's phone out, because my mum's phone is iPhone 6S, and the battery is done. The battery is shot on it. So in the next couple of weeks, she's going to get an upgrade to a 11 off me. So she'll go from a 6S to an 11, which will be like witchcraft. Should we make you some supper, bird? What do you think? Because it's getting dark. It's getting dark, so let's find the... Yeah, absolutely. A friend of mine at work collects watches, and he's got a bunch of really nice things. And he switched me on to this. He's just like, yeah, for the price of like one or two of those, you could buy a Tag. You could buy you could buy a Tissot. You could buy a nice Seiko or something like that, and just invest in a watch and keep it. Yeah, rather than just buying something that you're going to check out in 3 years. Dole. Anyway, right, come on then, bird. End card. You ready? Right, gang. Let's make Sophie some supper. Hey, bird. There's liver in the fridge today. Yeah, it's gore time. Okay. Settle down. Let me say the thing, and then you can have a bit. All right. If you've just stumbled across us online and you'd like to follow Sophie on Twitter, her Twitter handle is @BreeSophieBree. Okay, you hold it. You're just going to put it in there, and then it's going to fall on the floor, into the poo. It's Bree Sophie Bree. And there's also a Discord and a WordPress wiki you can get involved in if you want to. Both those are linked from her Twitter profile. Or if you prefer, you can just Google Sophie the Magpie. Cheers, bird. That went really well. That was really good. That was a really good end card. You're just going to hold it. If you hold it, I'll switch it off, and we'll say that's the end card. See, now she does want it. There you go. Okay, it goes there. Right, okay, it goes there. Brilliant. I'm glad we got that sorted. Right, cheers, gang. We'll see you back on Twitter tomorrow at lunchtime. Cheers, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.